Hello everybody and thank you guys for joining me today. My name is Cole Martins and in today's episode we're going to be talking about the NFL in week 11. Last week, not the greatest predictions for me though, as I was only able to pick 4 of the 14 games right, giving my record of 4-10 last week. Took a little too many risks. Sometimes it's good to take risks, sometimes it isn't. Found out the hard way, and that brought my season total this year of picks in the NFL to 70, 61, and 2. And here, week 11, we have 4 teams on bye. One of those teams being the NFC South leading Atlanta Falcons, who come in 6-4 on their bye week and suffering a loss to the Philadelphia Eagles. The Denver Broncos coming in there bye week, 3rd in the AFC West with a record of 7-3, and getting a very surprising victory over the New Orleans Saints in a very fashionable, good ending, as they were able to block a New Orleans extra point, which would have gave New Orleans a lead, and return it back for a touchdown to give the Broncos the win, their seventh win of the season. Next, we have the New York Jets, who come in there by 3-7 and 4th in the AFC East. They have been some struggles lately, as they had a petty start last week, as his first career start. Did not look too good, as now they're having some issues in New York about a quarterback decision here now, and possibly we're getting some rumors now that we might possibly see Tony Romo on the Jets next year, so that'll be something interesting to keep an eye on in the offseason as well, if that does come up, as we'll get to the Dallas Cowboys here a little later. And for the San Diego Chargers, they come in there by week 4-6. They are last in the AFC West, and last week they suffered a loss to the Miami Dolphins, so a very struggling year for the San Diego Chargers. Now we'll go on here to week 11. We'll start off with a Thursday night football game as we will battle in the NFC South, as the New Orleans Saints will take on the Carolina Panthers. New Orleans comes in this game 4-5, and last week, like I mentioned, a loss to the Denver Broncos as they were about to take the lead on an extra point. About a minute 13 left in the game, I believe it was, but the extra point was blocked. Denver was able to return it for a touchdown and get the 2-point victory in that one. So a very sad loss for the New Orleans Saints team and fan base. And for the Carolina Panthers, they come in this game 3-6, and another team that had a very big lead as they were up 21-3 over the Kansas City Chiefs. The Chiefs were able to find a way to come back and win that game over the Carolina Panthers. And in this one, I'm going to go with the Carolina Panthers. This one, I believe it's going to be a very, very good game. Two teams that don't really have too much defense on their side, as both these offenses have very high power. You have a Drew Brees versus Cam Newton game, so we know we're going to see quite a bit of passing yards in this game. Justin Newton also be able to run the ball in this one, as if you have a fantasy player on one of these two teams, be pretty sure to play one of those players in this one. And in this one, I'm going to go with the home team, the Carolina Panthers. I believe this offense can do a good enough job to take care of this New Orleans Saints defense. New Orleans Saints is going to be very good against this struggling pass defense the Carolina Panthers have, but I believe the Carolina Panthers have more of the advantage in this one. And on this one, I'm going to take the Carolina Panthers beating the New Orleans Saints 27-24. And now we head to our Sunday games and our 1 o'clock games on Eastern Standard Time. 1 o'clock games, as the Buffalo Bills will take on the Cincinnati Bengals, as Buffalo comes in this game 4-5, and last week taking a bye, as a much needed bye after losing 3 straight games after winning 3 straight games. So now Buffalo see if they can get another winning streak going here, as they head to Cincinnati, who was 3-5-1 this season, and picked up a loss on Monday night to the New York Giants in a close one. This Bengals team is one of those teams that we always think every year that's going to compete for the AFC North. This year having a struggling year, it just seems that they cannot get things going, and a team that on a piece of paper that looks very, very good, but just have not been able to show up this year. And this one, I'm going to go with the Cincinnati Bengals. This one, they are home. I think it's a big factor in this one. I believe A.J. Green, Andy Dalton, and company can have a good game in this one. Don't be surprised if Bernard has a very good game receiving this one as well on the backfield. It seemed like on Monday night he had quite a few chances to do something, but just was able to get the ball, or just Andy Dalton was being rushed. So let's see how that one does, especially with this Buffalo Bills defense, who I feel like he's been getting hurt more and more this year. And I believe that the Cincinnati Bengals defense will be able to take advantage of this one, as the Bengals will beat the Buffalo Bills 21-17. And next game, we have an AFC North battle, as the Pittsburgh Steelers will take on the Cleveland Browns. Both these teams struggling right now, as Pittsburgh comes in this game 4-5 and suffering a loss to the Dallas Cowboys in a game that seemed like they should have won. Just let Ezekiel score at the last second, which put a lot of pressure on this team and gave them their 4th straight loss, which is a very surprising thing for a Pittsburgh Steelers team. And it doesn't end there, as they have also lost their defensive end, Cameron Kayward, as he will be out for the season, as well as wide receiver Sammy Coates, as he will be out, it seems like, for a little bit, as he has 2 broken fingers. So that's a key receiver loss for this Pittsburgh Steelers offense. And then for the Cleveland Browns, their story right now, they are 0-10 on the season. Right, last week suffering a loss to the Baltimore Ravens on Thursday Night Football in a game where I picked them to win, seeing if they could maybe win that one. Again, could not pick them to win, and right now it's very difficult to see the Cleveland Browns winning a game now for the rest of the season. If they are going to win a game, it would probably be at home against the San Diego Chargers later on this season. And with that, I'm picking in this one. I'm going to take the Pittsburgh Steelers on the road. This offense and defense should be able to take care of this Cleveland team easily. And I had the Pittsburgh Steelers beating the Cleveland Browns 35-17. Next, we have the Baltimore Ravens taking on the Dallas Cowboys. The Ravens coming in this one 5-4, and last week picked up a win against the Cleveland Browns on Thursday Night Football, and also coming in this game first in the AFC North. And for the Dallas Cowboys, they come in this game 8-1, picking up a very big win over the Pittsburgh Steelers. And also, this team is first in the NFC East and on a 8-game winning streak. So a battle of first-place teams in their divisions. And this one, I'm going to go with the Dallas Cowboys. This team has just looked absolutely amazing, and it's hard to go against this team now. Ezekiel Elliott did not believe he was going to be this great of a running back coming in this season, but he's proved me wrong on that one. He is an excellent running back. Dak Prescott pretty much has earned his starting quarterback job, as Tony Romo will be a backup this week. They have announced, so Prescott looks like he's going to be a quarterback for the remainder of the season. And there's also been rumors about Tony Romo possibly getting traded, so we'll see what happens with that in the offseason. As possible targets for him, I believe I remember right, with the Chicago Bears, New York Jets, and of course the Cleveland Browns. So we'll see if anything happens with that. But in this one, I'm going to go with the Cowboys. Too strong of a team for the Ravens, I believe. And I have the Cowboys beating the Ravens 28-17. Next, we have the Jacksonville Jaguars taking on the Detroit Lions. The Jaguars come to this game 2-7 after last week picking up a loss to the Houston Texans, and right now are on a 4-game losing streak. And then you have the Detroit Lions with a 5-4 record, who had a bye week last week, and during that bye week they're able to pick up the first place position in the NFC North and looking for their first divisional championship since 1991. As Lions fans, I'm excited to see that they're in first place, and because we usually don't get to see that too much, and it's kind of cool to see. So let's see if they can hold on for the rest of the season, because we know this is a Lions team that likes to struggle against horrible teams, but somehow do good against good teams. It's iffy when you pick this team or not. But this one, I'm going to go with the Detroit Lions. Jacksonville is still, I believe, struggling. Still have a new offensive coordinator. We'll see how this goes against this Lions defense, who's also seems like they've been struggling this year. I have no clue if Slay's going to be coming back in this game or not, but if he does, that'd be huge for this Lion defense. But I'm going to make this a close one, because every one of the Lions games this year have been a close one. I'm going to have the Detroit Lions beating the Jacksonville Jaguars at home 24-21. Next, we have the Tennessee Titans taking on the Indianapolis Colts. And this one, the Titans come in 5-5 with a win last week against the Green Bay Packers, and a very, very impressive win against that Packers team. And then the Tennessee team, so they're starting to get things rolling here a little bit. Then we have the Colts, who are 4-5 and coming off a bye, and this Colts team not having the season they wanted so far this year. And in this AFC South battle, it's a very difficult pick for me in this one. One team's coming off a bye, so I think they'd be fresh and get a little more knowledge about their opponent, especially since it's a divisional game. But Titans have been rolling in this one. Mariota's been playing his best football of his career right now, and going against a very struggling Indianapolis Colts defense. On paper right now, I had the Colts winning this game, but I'm going to go with the Tennessee Titans on the road picking up the win here. Mariota, like I mentioned, Mariota's been playing good. Murray has been doing good. And Henry, who came back from injury last week, looked pretty good. This team overall is just looking outstanding, and I believe they could do something here against this Colts team. And I'm going to give the Tennessee Titans the win in this one. I'm just going to flip the score that I have on my sheet here. And the Titans, a 20-14 win on the road over the Colts. And our last game here on part 1 here of Week 11, we have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers taking on the Kansas City Chiefs. Tampa Bay is 4-5 coming this week with a win over the Chicago Bears last week. And for the Kansas City Chiefs, they come in 7-2 with a win over Carolina and a very impressive comeback win led by Nick Foles, who possibly might be fighting for that starting position now over Alex Smith, who is hurt with a concussion. So we'll see if that happens with that as the season goes along. And also for the Kansas City Chiefs, they are first in the AFC West. and also on a 5-game winning streak. And this one, I'm going to stick with the Kansas City Chiefs. They are at home in this one. Nick Foles is looking very good throwing the ball on this one as he gives a threat that Alex Smith can't, and that is a deep ball, which is very good for this Kansas City Chiefs wide receivers. And I just see Tampa Bay throwing a couple of interceptions against this very strong defense in Winston as well. Just not going to see him do good at the quarterback position in this game. And in this one, I'm going to give the Kansas City Chiefs a 27-17 win over the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And that is it for part 1 here. You can watch part 2 by going down in the description below, clicking on the link, and it'll take you straight to that video. If you guys want to leave any comments below, I'd love to hear what you guys got to say. Do you agree with any of these games that I picked? Why or why don't you? Who do you think is going to be breakout players in these games? I'd love to hear what you guys got to say about this, all these games here in this list. And also, if you want to follow me on Twitter at ColeMartins57, I'd love to hear what you guys got to say. I love to tweet during the game, so I'd love to hear what you guys got to say as well. Again, that is at ColeMartins57. And if you like this video, please hit the like button. If you'd like to see more of my NFL videos or other videos that I post, please subscribe to my channel. I would appreciate both of those. And thank you guys for tuning this video. I appreciate it. And you guys all have a great day.